Imagine you are climbing a jagged mountain peak. The air is thin and your lungs are burning. Suddenly, you hit an invisible wall. Your legs feel like lead, your mind is a thick gray fog, and every cell in your body is screaming at you to turn back. You feel like you've reached your absolute limit. But what if I told you that this limit is a biological lie? It is a biological safety switch, a primitive trick your brain uses to keep you safe, comfortable, and ultimately average. Most people believe that a warrior's spirit is a divine gift. They look at David Goggins as a freak of nature, a monster they could never hope to emulate. But the great sage of science, Dr. Andrew Huberman, has revealed a different truth. Mental toughness isn't a personality trait, it is a physical structure in your brain, a living muscle that you can forge with your own hands. If you do not learn to override your brain's safety governor, you will spend your life a prisoner of the comfort zone, forever wondering what lay on the other side of that mountain. Today, we combine the brutal fire of Goggins with the cold precision of Huberman to destroy your limits. Welcome to Akito's Biohacks. 1. The Fortress of the Will, the aMCC, the seat of the warrior. Most people think willpower is a vibe or a mood that comes and goes. It is not. It is a physical fortress in your brain called the Anterior Mid-Cingulate Cortex, aMCC. Think of this as the seat of the warrior within your skull. Picture a day of cold, bitter rain. The world is gray and miserable. You hate the cold. If you love running and you go for a run on a sunny day, your fortress stays exactly the same size. Why? Because there was no friction. But if you hate running, if you are exhausted and every bone in your body wants to stay under the warm blanket, and you force yourself out into that freezing storm anyway, that is the exact moment the fortress physically expands. Neuroscientists have found that in elite athletes and people who survive the impossible, this aMCC is a massive mountain. In those who give up easily, it is a withered leaf. Goggins didn't start with a giant aMCC. He built his fortress brick by doing what he hated every single day for 30 years. It's not magic, it's neural architecture. The biohack? Find intentional friction. Every day, do one thing your inner beast hates: a 2-minute ice-cold shower, getting out of bed the second the alarm rings, or cleaning your room when you are bone tired. You aren't just cleaning, you are performing neural surgery on yourself. You are physically thickening the part of the brain that keeps you standing when the rest of the world falls. 2. The chariot's speed limiter, the 40% rule, the illusion of limits. David Goggins is famous for the 40% rule. He says that when your mind tells you that you are finished, that you can't take one more step, you have actually only used 40% of your true capability. The other 60% is locked away by your brain. Think of your brain as a powerful chariot with a central governor or a speed limiter installed. Your brain was evolved for survival, not for glory. It wants to hoard your energy in case a predator attacks. When you feel done, it is not a physical wall, it's a cloud of norepinephrine hitting a threshold in your brain. Your brain is lying to you to keep you safe. It's a suggestion, not a command. The moment you ignore that signal, your brain realizes you aren't dying, you are evolving. It then begins to unlock the hidden reservoirs of strength you never knew you had. The biohack? Practice the micro win. The next time your brain says, "I'm done," push for just 5% more, 2 more minutes of work, 2 more paragraphs. That extra 5% is where the governor gets recalibrated. You are shifting your entire baseline of what hard feels like. 3. The mirror of truth, the accountability mirror, killing the ego. You cannot biohack a lie. Goggins started his transformation by looking into the glass and being brutally honest with his failures. He called it the accountability mirror. Most people spend their lives coddling their ego. I had a stressful day, so I deserve this junk food. This is a lie told to protect your feelings. Huberman explains that peak performance requires radical self-awareness. When you stop making excuses, you kill the self-pity dopamine loops that keep you stuck in a cycle of weakness. You must move your brain from victim mode, where the world happens to you, to agent mode, where you are the master of your ship. In agent mode, excuses vanish and only execution remains. The biohack? Stand before a mirror. Write the 3 biggest lies you tell yourself on sticky notes and put them on that mirror or your phone's lock screen. When you stop shielding your ego, your brain stops producing the stress of hiding and starts producing the raw energy of the problem solver. 4. The fire of change. Frustration into fuel. The science of pain. Most people see frustration as a sign to stop. The biohacker sees it as the chemical fertilizer for growth. Imagine you are struggling with a technical problem or a complex skill. Your head starts to throb, your blood boils, and you want to throw your laptop across the room. Most people take a break here. This is the ultimate mistake. Huberman points out that this agitation is the release of adrenaline and acetylcholine. This chemical cocktail is the only way your brain marks specific synapses for change. Without the fire of frustration, there is no neuroplasticity, no pain, no brain change. Friction is the only thing that creates fire. The biohack? The friction hold. When you hit that wall of anger or frustration, tell yourself this is the feeling of your brain getting smarter. Stay in that seat for 10 more minutes. Do not flee. Stay in the heat of the struggle. This is how you forge cognitive endurance, the ability to think clearly while the world is burning around you. 5. The tactical silence. The 2-hour stretch. Mastering recovery. Goggins pushed so hard that his body eventually broke. He realized that to stay hard, he had to learn how to heal. He now spends 2 hours every single day in total silence, stretching. If you are always the hammer, you will eventually shatter. You must master your system reset, the parasympathetic nervous system. Stretching, deep breathing, or walking without the blue mirror of your phone aren't soft acts, they are tactical resets. These moments flush out the metabolic waste of stress and allow your brain to weave the day's brutal lessons into your permanent spirit. Without recovery, your hard work is just noise. With it, it becomes a symphony of strength. The biohack? Implement a non-negotiable reset. Every evening, spend at least 20 minutes in total silence. No screens, no podcasts, no input. Let your brain off-gas the heat of the day's war so you can wake up tomorrow ready to return to the trenches with a clear mind and a lethal focus. Conclusion: the unconquerable mind. The difference between who you are and who you want to be is guarded by the things you are avoiding. If you continue to listen to your 40% governor, if you keep coddling your excuses, you will stay in the shadows of the average, forever haunted by your potential. But if you grow your fortress, if you smash through the first wall, and if you look into the mirror of truth, you will become something legendary. You will possess the iron grit of Goggins and the neural efficiency of Huberman. So, what is the one thing you are going to do today that you absolutely hate? Is it that cold shower or hitting that extra set? Let the world know in the comments. Your legend doesn't start tomorrow, it starts with the choice you make right now. Subscribe to Akito's Biohacks. Stay hard, stay focused.